Assalamu alaikum. Mr. Moderator, our distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, our friends and our enemies.
Welcome. Before we even get into this video, I want to start off by saying I miss y'all. You know, all the people who have watched all my videos up to this point. I know I took, the 2 weeks off, but we back now, So with that being said, before I even get into the topic of today, I want everyone to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with as many people as you can or feel necessary to get the message I preach in this video out there if you feel that it is worth sharing. If you don't, I want you to click off this video and find somebody else's content who you feel like motivates you more or inspires you more in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or you learn something from somebody else, because I don't want to preach false knowledge to anyone who does not want to hear it. With that being said, the topic for today is why it's better to be alone than with or in the company of people who really aren't worth being around or having around you. And I made a video on this basically saying that it's better to have enemies than friends, and really it's better to have no friends than having fake friends. But in theory, really, at the end of the day, it can crack down to being, if you aren't comfortable being alone with yourself, there's no point of having friends at all. You have to be comfortable being absolutely alone. And if you aren't, that means you aren't comfortable with yourself. Maybe you don't know yourself, or maybe you feel like you need others to prove to you who you are. You have to find somebody to comfort you in your own skin. People seek out desire. People seek out other things to fill this empty void in themselves. This empty void caused by loneliness. They might seek relationships. They may lust after others. They may seek out vices such as drugs or something else to please themselves because they aren't content with themselves by themselves. In saying all that, if you had a purpose, or if you knew what that purpose was, you would be content with yourself in that purpose. And if you aren't, that purpose isn't really your purpose. People get lonely. Everyone gets lonely. It's a human condition. Loneliness is part of everybody at its core, but you have to ask the question, why do you feel lonely? Because really, none of us are alone in theory, though we are at the same time by ourselves, because nobody will ever truly understand you except for you. But at the same time, why would you want somebody to understand you? Is somebody understanding you going to fix this loneliness? Bring you comfort? Are you going to become comfortable because somebody else can understand what you have to say? They can think like you? Honestly, that would make me more uncomfortable if somebody did. That's what makes us unique, is being ourselves. Everyone is unique in themselves because everybody does not live the same life, has not had the same experiences, and will not have the same experiences. Some may have similar ones, but at the end of the day, they are all different in their own unique way, making us all ourselves. But I want to take a quote from John Paul Sartre saying, "If you're lonely when you're alone, you're in bad company." And saying that, imagine if you were in the company of people who could be considered bad company, like, if you're around a bunch of people who disliked you, a bunch of people who wanted to see you in your downfall, a bunch of enemies, if you're around them, you wouldn't want to be around them, would you? So if you see yourself as this, you wouldn't want to be around yourself, now would you? That's why you're a lonely person when you're alone, because at the end of the day, you feel like you need someone else to tell you you're worth being around, or you need someone else to bring you affection or hold you, console, like any of those things, because you feel like you're not complete by yourself. I just want you to ask yourself the question, why do you feel that way? But I'll leave y'all with that. Appreciate everybody who watched the video all the way through. All socials will be at the end of the video. Thank y'all. Peace out.